remembers. We know no king, but the king in the north whose name is Stark.
The king in the north! The king in the north!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tamaj, and today I'm here with Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. It better be Queen Daenerys, because that's the only queen I recognize. Let's get into it, y'all. Season 7, is this the halfway point? Oh, shit. I literally just woke up. Like, waking up and watching Game of Thrones is literally the definition of waking up and choosing violence. Like, this is sick, but I need to get it done today, so we're gonna do that. Before I get started, shout out to Jess. She got me this amazing Game of Thrones cup. As you can see, it is forged out of like the Iron Throne swords, and then it has 2 dragons on the side. Shout out to Jess for this amazing wine glass. And she also got me a portable charger. All this shit was on my Amazon wish list. That was amazing. I wasn't expecting that. I literally came home from work and I had packages. I'm like so confused. I'm like, I must have really wanted this, and Amazon realized it and just sent it to me. And then I had a little note and it was from Jess. I'm like, I appreciate you, Jess. I really do. Shout out to you. Let's get started with the Queen's Justice, y'all. Hopefully Daenerys can avenge Yara and Ellaria because they got fucked up. Euron, he got to get off the seas, y'all. Full and other reactions are available on Patreon. Y'all, how did Euron and them figure out where Yara and them are? Oh, we're going to the Iron Islands today? Shit, that's where he taking it back to? Y'all, how did he find out where they were? Who snitching is my question. Like, Daenerys only had her council in that room. So how did they find out the plans? I doubt they're just going out to the army and telling them the whole damn spiel. She might have told the Unsullied what their mission is, well, Grey Worm. But like, who was out here snitching? Like, how did they even know the plan to go fuck up Daenerys' shit? Like, that's crazy to me that they knew. Like, Euron just was sitting there waiting in the sea and then snuck up on them. Like, that's crazy. Jon going out to meet Daenerys. I hope that happens this episode. I really do. O-Town. Okay, I always get confused when I say O-Town. Oh, he's trying to cure Jorah. Hopefully he cured Jorah. Y'all, there was so much that happened. The ending messed me up. I couldn't even think straight after the last one. He bet not drown them. See, God, please don't take no lives today. Oh, wait. No, we're on Dragonstone. Okay. Oh, he's here. He's here. I thought we was on Pike.
Bastard of Winterfell.
King in the North, put some respect on his name.
Casterly Rock.
Hand of the Queen. Y'all so disrespectful. Why are we starting off disrespectful?
We lost sight of
Jesus.
the You were pissing off the edge, if I remember right.
That he was.
Picked up some scars along the road.
Y'all both been through hell.
So we're both still here. I'm Tyrion Lannister. That was Seaworth.
Two great talkers meeting each other. Iconic.
Battle of Blackwater Bay. Luckily for me.
Yes. Yes, they did.
And Sandy is the Queen's most trusted advisor.
Welcome to Dragonstone. Our Queen knows this is a long journey. She appreciates the efforts you've made on her behalf. If you wouldn't mind handing over your weapons.
Ain't nobody ever really did that before. I mean, I trust Daenerys, of course, but I from their perspective, if I didn't know her, I'd be like, this is giving Red Wedding, but they're good. Why you gotta walk up on the King of the North like that? Okay. You take care of that now. That's an important weapon. Don't take our boat. Y'all, I would be getting bad vibes. Like, I'd be scared right now. Nothing you can do. You already done walked into a trap if it was that, but...
This place has changed.
Right, because this was home for you, Davos.
And Sansa, I hear she's alive and well. She is. Does she miss me terribly?
He's like,
a sham
watch
marriage,
yourself.
And unconsummated. I didn't ask. Well, it was. It wasn't. Anyway, she's much smarter than she lets on. She's starting to let on. Good.
That she is.
At some point, I want to hear how a Night's Watch recruit became king in the North.
It's a hell of a
Why don't
story.
you tell me how a Lannister became Hound to Daenerys Targaryen?
Hell of a story.
To be honest, I was drunk most of it.
Yes, he was. Drogon, don't be snatching folks up today. That's the King in the North. I know they just shit themselves. Damn. They all recovered. I love it. Now you really do gotta dive because Drogon will snatch up your goat and your baby. He do not discriminate. Now he need to keep that same energy with Cersei. Yeah, you better stay off to the side because that was gonna have that
I
ass.
wondered why you weren't there to meet our guests. You begged us to summon the king in the north. Don't you want to see him again?
I've done my part. I've brought ice and fire together.
Strange. You spoke so highly of Jon Snow.
Isn't the theme
but
song
when
called
he
The Song of
arrived,
Fire and
you
Ice?
hid on the cliff. I didn't take you for a bashful girl.
My time whispering in the ears of kings has come to an end.
Oh, I doubt that. Give us common folk one taste of power like the lion who tasted man. Nothing is ever so sweet again.
Neither of us is common folk anymore. I did not part on good terms with the King of the North, or his advisor,
Why?
because of mistakes I made. Terrible mistakes.
Shireen.
I would only be a distraction if I stayed.
So where will you go?
Volantis.
Good. I don't think you should return to Westeros. I'm not sure you'll be safe here.
I will return, dear Spider. One last time.
My lady.
I have to die in this strange country. Just like you.
Well, I mean, we all die at some point, but I don't. It better not be prematurely. Then again, do we really have natural deaths on this show? Not really. 1 in a million. Maester Aemon took that. There won't be another one for another million years. Yet another one of my favorites gets to meet the queen. I'm here for it. Yeah, she gets to be on her throne.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful
First of her
queen
name.
the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the breaker of chains.
Y'all ain't gonna never remember all that. It's slightly different from my version that I be saying.
This is Jon Snow.
Sir, you better give me some titles.
He's King in the North.
King in the North, former, what's they call themselves in the Night's Watch? Lord
I
Commander.
hope the seas weren't too rough.
The winds
Put
are
some
kind,
respect
Your
on my
Grace.
titles.
Apologies. I have a flea-bottom accent, I know. But Jon Snow is King in the North, Your Grace. He's not a lord.
Forgive me.
Your Grace, this is Sir Davos Seaworth.
Forgive me, Sir Davos. I never did receive a formal education, but I could have sworn I read the last king in the north was Torrhen Stark, who bent the knee to my ancestor Aegon Targaryen.
It was actually
For his
Robb
life
Stark.
and the lives
but-
of the Northmen. Torrhen Stark swore fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity. Or do I have my facts wrong?
Slightly.
I wasn't there, Your Grace.
No, of course not. But still, an oath is an oath. And perpetuity means
Forever.
forever. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
Daenerys, you coming off real strong, my girl.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
They worked too hard for their independence.
Well, that is unfortunate. You've travelled all this way to break faith with House Targaryen?
Break faith. Your father burned my grandfather alive. He burned my uncle alive. He would have burned the Seven
My
Kingdoms.
father was an evil man. On behalf of House Targaryen, I ask your forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family.
Come off a
And
little
I ask
softer.
you not to judge a daughter by the sins of her father. Our two houses were allies for centuries. And those were the
Okay.
best centuries the Seven Kingdoms have ever known. Centuries of peace and prosperity, with a Targaryen sitting on the Iron Throne, and a Stark serving as Warden of the North. I am the last Targaryen, Jon Snow.
So I found out
Honor
recently
the
that you're
pledge your
not, but
ancestor made
yes.
to mine.
I see why you
Bend the
would
knee,
think
and
that.
I will name you Warden of the North. Together,
I don't think
we
he's gonna
will
give up his
save
title.
this country from those who would destroy it.
Y'all gonna have to come up with some new terms, ma'am. we are changing Westeros, right? We're gonna have to change the rules together.
You're right. You're not guilty of your father's crimes. And I'm not beholden to my ancestors' vows.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help, and you need mine.
Did you see 3 dragons flying over the arrived?
Oh, we saw
I
them.
did.
And did you see the Dothraki? All of whom have sworn to kill for me.
They're hard to miss.
But still, I need your help.
Not to defeat Cersei. You could storm King's Landing tomorrow and the city would fall. Hell, we almost took it and we didn't even have dragons.
Almost.
We haven't stormed King's Landing. Why not?
We only got a small group of characters.
The only reason I can see is you don't want to kill thousands of innocent people. It's the fastest way to win the war, but you won't do it. Which means, at the very least, you're better than Cersei.
That she is.
Still, that doesn't explain why I need your help.
The White Walkers. You're not aware of that.
Because right now, you and I and Cersei and everyone else, we're children playing at a game screaming that the rules aren't fair.
You told me you liked this man.
I do.
In the time since he's met me, he's refused to call me queen, he's refused to bow, and now he's calling me a child.
I believe he's calling all of us children. Figure of speech.
Your Grace, everyone you know will die
Your
before
Grace.
winter's over if we don't defeat the enemy to the north.
As far as I can see,
Call her
you
Queen
are the
Daenerys to
enemy
satisfy
the
her.
I'm not your enemy. The dead are the enemy.
The dead. Is that another figure of speech?
The army of the dead is on the march.
The army of the dead.
Right, y'all don't believe in that. Y'all don't know
You
nothing
don't know
about
me
that.
well, my lord, but do you think I'm a liar or a madman?
No, I don't think you're either of those things.
The army of the dead is real. The White Walkers are real. The Night King is real. I've seen them. If they get past the wall and we're squabbling amongst ourselves, we're finished.
I was born at Dragonstone. Not that I can remember it. We fled before Robert's assassins could find us. Robert was your father's best friend, no? I wonder if your father knew his best friend sent assassins to murder a baby girl in her crib. Not that it matters
He
now.
didn't support none of that, though. Ned was against any
I
killing
spent
of
my
you.
life in foreign lands. So many men have
John,
tried
know
to
that.
kill me. I don't remember all their names. I have been sold like a brood mare. I've been shamed and betrayed, raped and defiled. Do you know what kept me standing through all those years in exile? Faith. Not in any gods. Not in myths and legends. In myself.
Go off,
In
King Queen.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Y'all,
The world
this is some of her
hadn't
best
seen a dragon
dialogue.
in centuries until my children were born. The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea. Any sea. They did for me. I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. And I will.
No doubt. John he has no problem with
We're
that.
rolling over a graveyard.
Yeah, John
If
does
we
not
don't
care
defeat
about
the
any
Night
of
King.
the politics here. He only wants to defeat the White
The
Walkers.
war against my sister has already begun. You can't expect us to hold hostilities and join you in fighting whatever you saw beyond the wall.
The White Walkers, call them what they are.
You don't believe them.
No.
I understand that. It sounds like nonsense. But if destiny has brought Daenerys Targaryen back to our shores, it has also made Jon Snow king in the north.
Right, we cannot ignore
He was
all his
first to bring
accomplishments and
Dothraki
everything
to
he's been
Westeros.
through. That's like him ignoring
He's the
your
first to make
trials
allies
and
with
tribulations
the
and all
Northmen.
that.
He was named Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He was named King of the North. Not because of his birthright. He has no birthright. He's a damn bastard. All those hard
Yes.
sons of bitches chose him as their leader because they believe in him.
Absolutely. Yes, Davos know how to talk, boy.
He risked his life for his people. He took a knife in the heart for his people. He gave his own...
Dial it back. You telling too much of my business now.
If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die. And then it doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
If it doesn't matter, then you might as well kneel. Swear your allegiance to Queen Daenerys, help her to defeat my sister, and together our armies will protect the North.
There's no time for that.
It takes no time to bend the knee. Pledge your soul to her cause.
And why would I do that? I mean no offense, Your Grace, but I don't know you. As far as I can tell, your claim to the throne rests entirely on your father's name, and my own father fought to overthrow the Mad King. The Lords of the North place their trust in me to lead them, and I will continue to do so as well as I can.
That's fair. It's also fair to point out that I'm the rightful queen of the Seven Kingdoms. By declaring yourself king of the northernmost kingdom, you are in open rebellion.
Daenerys, please. Oh, yes, Varys, come in and say something helpful, please, because this is not going good. This is not going how I pictured it. You have grave news. Dismiss your guest. Oh, about...
You must forgive my manners.
Y'all right now.
You'll both be tired after your long journey. We'll have baths drawn for you and supper sent to your rooms.
Yes, negotiations going to have to continue later, because this is bad.
Am I your prisoner?
Not yet.
Daenerys. Y'all, we can't pit my favorites against each other. We cannot. Do not do this to me. Do not do this to me. I've been through too much to see my favorites go at each other's throats. We have common goals. Our focuses are on different things right now.
Dornish allies were attacked en route to Dorne.
And?
2 or 3 ships escaped. The rest sunk or captured.
Some captured or killed.
Dead or captured. The Greyjoys dead or captured.
One of them?
Not Theon. Wait, which one? Who is these people? These ain't Euron. They got this. What's that creature?
Your sister's dead.
Oh my God, they caught him anyway.
Euron has her.
Or is...
You saw him take her.
Okay. Is these his people?
And you got away.
I couldn't save her. I tried.
Don't.
You wouldn't be here if you tried.
Nobody been through what he been through, so it's easy for everybody to say, but... Not the Atonement! Walk to the Red Keep!
Look at them. Cheering for Greyjoy.
This is so disrespectful. So disrespectful, y'all.
He's making me hard.
Oh my. And then got their shirts all open, and this is downright.
What a twat.
Y'all, we kill one demon to replace him with another devil. Like, we got Joffrey off the streets, we get rid. Oh, I know that's right. We got Ramsay. Now we got rid of Ramsay, Walder Frey, and then we got Euron. Like, I thought y'all hated Cersei. Why are y'all rooting for her all of a sudden? Like, this don't make sense to me. Y'all must be scared now. Or y'all just love to just shit on people, literally. Because y'all wasn't acting all like this before. Y'all hated. Okay. It's the inconsistency for me. I thought it was all fuck Cersei. Y'all, I wish they would have killed them. This is bad.
My queen.
Ooh.
Please accept
and
this
you kill her dog.
on behalf of all of your loyal subjects in the Iron Islands.
I give you.
And you killed her daughter.
Justice. Justice for your murdered daughter.
Oh, ooh. I don't even want to know what's going through Cersei's mind.
You've proven yourself the greatest captain on the 14 seas. And a true friend to the crown.
You deserve more than a true friend.
And you deserve a proper reward for your heroism.
There's only one reward I want.
You better chill out.
You shall have what your heart desires.
If she don't kill you, Jaime will.
With Euron Greyjoy commanding our naval forces, and Jaime Lannister leading our armies,
look,
the sons and
Euron, you ain't
daughters
gonna
of
survive the war.
Westeros shall defend our country.
So all of a sudden, we fans of Cersei. It gotta be through fear.
Morg spat at my sister not long ago. And if you turn on us, I will cheer to see your head mounted on a spike.
All yours. If you have any advice at all, I would love to hear it. When we have an hour to speak as brothers.
Complaints?
Euron, I'm gonna need you to go find something safe to do.
Or rough. A thing named the bomb. Not now. We'll talk later.
Y'all be just disrespectfully disrespecting each other. I mean, he's keeping Yara.
though we're enemies, you and I understand the fear that drives you.
Yeah, I don't want to
I was
see
there
it.
that day when Sir Gregor crushed your lover's head. I close my eyes. I can hear the sound of Oberyn's skull break, the sound of your scream. I never heard a sound like that. I thought that's true love.
Sick. Ooh, that's
Oberyn
what she thought.
that day, he really did. No one moved like him. No one had such skill with a spear. Even Sir Gregor couldn't stop him. If only he hadn't taunted him. He could have walked away and left poor Sir Gregor to die. But that wasn't your lover's way, was it? Now he's buried somewhere. And here's Sir Gregor stronger than ever. That must be difficult for you. When my daughter was taken from me, my only daughter, you can't imagine how that feels unless you've lost a child. I fed her at my own breast, even though they told me to give her to the wet nurse. I couldn't bear to see her in another woman's arms. I never got to have a mother. But Marcella did. She was mine, and you took her from me. Why did you do that? Doesn't matter now. Your daughter's a beauty too. It's brown eyes.
I don't want to see it. This is gonna be so sick. You already know she's gonna get back at you just by killing your daughter in front of you, and you're gonna be alive to watch it all. And it's gonna be horrid.
We love whom we love. Yeah, it makes it impossible to understand what you're saying. It must be frustrating. We all make our choices. You chose to murder my daughter.
Oh.
You must have felt powerful after you made that choice. Do you feel powerful now?
Oh.
I don't sleep very well. Not at all, really. I lie in bed and I stare at the canopy.
This is a very uncomfortably long scene, and I don't like Cersei if she talks too damn
The
much.
woman who murdered my only daughter. I thought about having Sir Gregor crush your skull the way he did Oberyn's. It would be poetic, I suppose, but fast. Too fast. I thought about having him crush your daughter's skull. She's so beautiful. The thought of this lovely face cracking open like a duck egg. No, it's just not right.
She got poison on her lips. Your daughter gonna die the same way hers did. The same way.
Qyburn is the cleverest man I know. Clever enough to learn what poison you used to murder Marcella.
The long farewell.
That's the one.
And that was the cure.
How long does the poison take?
Difficult to say. Hours, days. It depends on the subject's constitution.
But death is certain.
Oh, yes. Quite certain.
That one you did bring upon yourself.
Will die here in this cell.
Ilaria. I feel bad, but
You will be here watching like she does.
I be telling y'all this is
You'll be
Cersei
here the
Lannister.
rest
Y'all
of
be
your
trying
days.
her.
If you refuse to eat the force food down your throat, you will live to watch your daughter rot. To watch that beautiful face collapse to bone and dust.
When Cersei get off on watching her
While
enemies
contemplating
just
the choices
suffer.
you've made. Make sure the guards change the torches every few hours. I don't want her to miss a thing.
I need to go watch Cersei in the dungeon because I can't do this. But Ilaria was doing some dirty stuff.
No.
I don't have no words. I hope you whip your lips good. You're gonna kill your brother. We just going from one 16 to the next. I'm tired. HBO. I'm begging you. Here go the cheeks. I don't need to see it. And they're gonna make me listen to the sound of the slurping. Jesus. When I say 116 to the next. You can go to torturing somebody, then you want to cock in the next scene. Like that's... I'm disgusting, y'all.
What are you doing? No one can see us like
She
this.
don't care
I'm the
anymore.
queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I'll do as I please.
Sick and twisted.
Forgive me, Your Grace. The visitor from Bravos has arrived. Good. And we'll need fresh sheets for the bed. At once, Your Grace.
Visitor from Bravos?
No, thank you. My condolences, Your Grace, on the death of your son.
The Iron Bank didn't send you here to offer condolences.
Okay, Iron Bank. That makes sense. Because y'all ain't paid them.
Congratulations. Become the first ruling queen of the Seven Kingdoms. That's quite an accomplishment.
Not for long.
The Iron Bank appreciates how you cast off the yoke of superstition. And you are now engaged in a conflict on several fronts. We both know how expensive war can be.
We both know gold wins wars.
Your vaults are empty. Your late husband's profligacy saw to that. Your wealthiest allies, the Tyrells, and now your enemies, you are surrounded on all sides by rivals for the throne.
And the Iron Bank wants to bet on a winner.
We don't make bets. We invest in endeavors we deem likely to be successful.
A fancy way of saying bet.
Exactly.
The war's
You
already
bet on
begun.
Stannis and lost that.
Blood. I decapitated the Dornish snake. My armada owns the Narrow Sea.
Euron Greyjoy's armada owns the Narrow Sea.
Greyjoy is loyal to me.
For now. Daenerys Targaryen has 3 full-grown dragons. How well do wooden ships fare against fire-breathing dragons?
Her dragons might not be as invulnerable as some think. But let's talk about the Targaryen girl. Do you want to invest in her? I'm guessing the Iron Bank invested considerable gold in the slave trade. How are your profits now that Daenerys has freed all the slaves?
The slave trade has entered a downturn, it's true.
From what I gather, she considers herself more of a revolutionary than a monarch. In your experience, how do bankers usually fare with revolutionaries? The Lannisters owe the Iron Bank quite a lot of money, but Lannisters always pay their debts. To former slaves, or Dothraki, or dragons.
Your father's daughter, indeed.
Give me a fortnight. Stay in King's Landing as my honoured guest, and when you return to Braavos, I swear to you, my debt will be paid in full.
How? Y'all, I'm not liking this. I don't know what to say to y'all. I don't. How? Why? I'm struggling today. None of this is. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I don't know how we got here.
I came down here to brood over my failure to predict the Greyjoy attack.
Daenerys, you need to make this alliance.
You look a lot better brooding.
You cannot ignore Jon's experiences. He's earned his title as King of the North. Y'all gotta find a new way.
Like
she will. She's resistant at first, but she always gets to the point. She always gets there. Takes her a minute. But she comes off strong, y'all.
The castle, the beaches, to go wherever you want.
Daenerys comes off very strong. And Jon is straight to the point. He's very blunt. So it's like, them two is not.
I'm not playing word games with you.
Yeah.
The dead are coming for us all.
Jon don't care about nothing but the Night King.
About my missing fleet and murdered allies, and I'll figure out what to do about your walking dead men.
It's hard for me to fathom, it really is. If someone told me about the White Walkers and the Night King...
They haven't seen it, Jon. Seeing is believing. They don't know.
You probably don't believe me.
I do, actually.
You didn't before. Grumpkins and Snarks, you called them. Do you remember? You said it was all nonsense.
It was nonsense. Everybody knew it. But then Mormont saw them, and you saw them, and I trust the eyes of an honest man more than I trust what everybody knows.
How do I convince people who don't know me that an enemy they don't believe in is coming to kill them all?
Good question.
I know it's a good question. I'm looking for an answer.
They got that Jon Snow bluntness.
Minds aren't made for problems that large. White Walkers, the Night King, Army of the Dead. It's almost a relief to confront a comfortable, familiar monster like my sister.
I need to help prepare my people for what's coming. I can't help them from here. I'd like to leave.
Wait, but don't you need the Dragon Stone underneath?
Or
the Dragon Glass from underneath Dragonstone?
Everyone told me to learn from my father.
Did we forget about that?
Don't go south. Don't answer a summons from the Mad King's daughter, a foreign invader. And here I am.
That's what you do, though.
Northern fool.
Children are not their fathers, luckily for all of us.
Right, y'all are living examples of that.
Sometimes there's more to foreign invaders and northern fools than meets the eye. She protects people from monsters, just as you do. That's why she came here. And she's not about to head north to fight an enemy she's never seen on the word of a man she doesn't know. After a single meeting, it's not a reasonable thing to ask.
Jon's just worried about the time. I think he truly would help her if there was time.
To ask? I'm asking if there's something I can do to help you.
Dragon glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Volcanic glass.
There we go.
Obsidian. He says you have a tremendous amount of it here.
Why are we talking about glass? We just lost 2 of our allies.
Which is why I was speaking to Jon Snow, a potential ally.
Trade the Dragon Glass for his support.
What does the King in the North want with Dragon glass?
Apparently, it can be turned into weapons that kill White Walkers and their foot soldiers.
She's like, he's serious about this.
Stop them.
And what do you think about this Army of the Dead? and White Walkers and Night Kings.
I'd very much like to believe that Jon Snow is wrong. But a wise man once said that you should never believe a thing simply because you want to believe it.
Which wise man said this?
I don't remember.
He just be making stuff up.
To present your own statements as ancient wisdom.
Yes.
I would never do that.
Lying to a queen is a great crime, period.
The reason I believe Jon Snow is because he's here. All of his advisors would have told him not to come. I would have told him not to come. And he's here anyway. You don't have to believe him. Let him mine the dragon glass. If he's wrong, it's worthless. You didn't even know it was here. It's nothing to you. Give him something. By giving him nothing, take a step toward a more productive relationship with a possible ally. Keep him occupied while we focus on the task at hand. The Casterly Rock.
What was that Sir Davos said about taking a knife in the heart for his people? Did you notice that?
You must allow them the flights of fancy. It's dreary in the north.
That's a long story. You be careful walking up on her. I'm surprised she ain't guarded.
Amazing thing to see.
I named them for my brothers, Viserys and Rhaegar. They're both gone now. You lost 2 brothers as well. People thought dragons were gone forever, but here they are. Perhaps we should all be examining what we think we know.
Exactly. Think about the White Walkers. People didn't believe they were real, now they're marching on y'all.
Tyrion.
Here's my hand.
He enjoys talking.
We all enjoy what we're good at.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's good at fighting and leading, and he does not want to do that.
You know I'm not going to let Cersei stay on the Iron Throne.
I never expected that you would.
And I haven't changed my mind about which kingdoms belong to that throne.
I haven't either.
They cannot agree. Find some middle ground. Let's focus on what we can agree on versus what we disagree on.
I will allow you to mine the dragon glass and forge weapons from it. Any resources or men you need, I will provide for you.
Thank you.
Y'all family and don't even know it. This is crazy.
So you believe me then about the Night King and the army of the dead?
You'd better get to work, Jon Snow.
She doesn't want to say yes and look like a fool or say no and look like a fool when they come. She doesn't know. Let's see what they up to in Winterfell. And of course, Littlefinger right by her side.
4,000 bushels, my lady.
What does that mean?
For the current occupants of the castle, it's enough food for a year. Perhaps more.
Okay.
You're telling me we don't have enough food, especially not if the armies of the north come back to defend Winterfell.
No, my lady, most likely not.
And we must prepare for that eventuality. Whatever direction the threat comes from, this is the best place to be. We need to start building up our grain stores with regular shipments from every keep in the north. If we don't use it by winter's end, we'll give it back to them. But if the entire north has to flee to Winterfell, they won't have enough time to bring wagon loads of grain with them.
Okay, smart.
Mr. Walken, can I see to it?
Okay, think it ahead. Go ahead, Sansa.
Command suits you.
She's doing pretty well.
No
without you in her ear.
North.
Where's Brienne?
Worried about the threat from beyond the wall.
So they should be.
I know Cersei better than anyone here. If you turn your back on her...
You don't know Cersei better than anyone here.
I only meant to say...
That the woman who murdered my mother, father, and brother is dangerous. Thank you for your wise counsel.
Either the dead will defeat the living, in which case all our troubles come to an end, or life will win out. And what then? Don't fight in the north or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere, always, in your mind.
That's literally what he'd be doing.
Everyone is your enemy. Everyone is your friend. Every possible series of events is happening all at once. Live that way, and nothing will surprise you. Everything that happens will be something that you've seen before.
I kind of like that way of thinking, to be honest, in a way. Arya. Oh. Bran? Quite the turn of events. Not disappointed in any way. Because she thought he was dead. She only just found out recently. Y'all, the only that can make this even more perfect is if Arya walked right in at the same time. Where is my girl Arya? That is, wow. I love that for them.
Where's Jon here?
Yes. He's coming home. With Dragonglass.
I need to speak to him.
Dang, no emotion, sir?
Your father's last living true-born son. You're Lord of Winterfell now.
Don't give up your title so easily.
I could never be Lord of Winterfell. I could never be Lord of anything. I'm the Three-Eyed Raven.
I don't know what
Seem
that
a little
means.
dead inside.
It's difficult to explain.
Try, please, for me.
It means I can see everything. Everything that's ever happened to everyone. Everything that's happening right now. It's all pieces.
Literally what Littlefinger was saying, see every battle, everything, but he's talking about predicting.
I need to learn to see better.
He's actually
When
seeing
the long
everything.
night comes again, I need to be ready. The Three-Eyed Raven taught me.
Thought you were the Three-Eyed Raven.
I told you it's difficult to explain.
Bran.
I'm sorry for all that's happened to you. I'm sorry it had to happen here, in our home.
He's seen it.
It was so beautiful that night. Snow falling.
She's starting to kind
Just
of
like now.
see.
And you were so beautiful in your white wedding dress.
Okay, but you gonna trigger something. Relax with that.
I have to go back inside, Bran.
I'll stay a bit longer.
One, you're freaking her out. Two, that's not really something she wants to remember. That was hell for her. And they got him good. Jorah is a tough man. There's no way you would just had to kill me.
Does it hurt?
A bit. Less than before.
The infection no longer appears to be active. Unusual.
Just by shaving it off.
You could almost be forgiven for thinking that the entire upper layer of diseased skin was debrided, and the underlying region treated with some sort of unguent. You're free to go, sir. This chamber is needed for the infectious, which you are no longer. Charlie, I'd like to speak with you in my study this evening.
He better not be in trouble for doing this illegal procedure, because it worked, and we've just found out a discovery on how to cure grave scale.
I suppose I'll find out this evening.
Well, at least something's good. Something good is happening today, because
Surrendered to this sickness.
I mean, Brandon Sansa was great.
Daenerys Stormborn convinced me otherwise. The only place for me is back with her. I owe my life. Her. And you.
I love that my characters all see each other. Like, this is great.
It's the least I could do.
After being apart for so long in the
Perhaps
beginning of the
our paths
series.
will cross again.
I hope they do.
On the long night, I'm sure. That's when everybody's going to come together. Literally everybody. But hopefully Cersei and them.
Who told you to treat him? No one. Who forbade you or anyone to attempt to treat him?
I seem to remember you.
But you treated him anyway.
I did, yes.
I forbade it because it is dangerous and rarely successful, especially on someone of that age. You could have infected yourself and others. You could have devastated the entire citadel, but you didn't.
No, he didn't. And he
It's a
succeeded.
meticulous, difficult procedure. Many maesters whose chains are heavy with healing links have attempted it and failed. But you succeeded. How?
I read the book and followed the instructions.
Like y'all supposed to be doing.
That man is alive because of you.
This guy likes to point out the obvious, right?
Proud. Your reward is not being immediately expelled from the citadel. You ready to get started?
Take that.
Be careful of the paper mites. They like flesh as well.
Game of Thrones know they can come up with some stuff, huh? Go put some gloves on.
We need to find Euron Greyjoy's fleet and sink it.
Yes, with
Your
the
Grace,
dragons.
He's already destroyed a good portion of our fleet. To send our remaining ships after him.
I'm not talking about sending our ships after him.
Her dragons. We'll attack them from the sky.
But you have to go yourself. Euron's ships could be anywhere, or in more than one place. You'd be flying around the open seas alone for who knows how long.
I wouldn't be alone. I would have Drogon, Viserion, and Rhaegal. What can anyone do to them? They can still do something.
Be careful with that now.
It only takes one arrow.
It's too great a risk. You're too important.
Could you teach others to
What
ride
about
them?
Casterly Rock?
The Unsullied will be there soon.
And what will they face?
So how much defenses do we have here?
A difficult situation. They know we're coming.
Yes. Cersei believes my sole purpose in life is to destroy House Lannister. She will be ready.
Not destroy the Unsullied.
No one has ever taken the Rock. The Lannister army is still the army my father built. Well trained and well provisioned. 10,000 men at least. They will see us coming. They will be ready.
Let's see what the Unsullied can do, y'all. Loose.
The gates of Casterly Rock are impregnable.
These supposed to be some of the greatest warriors. I like how they holding the thing, got the shield. That was actually pretty smart. All right, we got to the wall.
We'll be at a disadvantage.
Many men will die. Just as my father said they would. Interesting thing about my father. He built our house up from near ruin. He built our army. He built Casterly Rock as we know.
You know it's a weak points.
But he didn't build the sewers. That was beneath him. So he gave the job to the lowest person he could find.
You.
Me. He was right. I was low. The company I kept, low. Women mostly. They weren't welcome at the Rock. Couldn't walk them through the front gates. I couldn't have them in my chambers. So in the process of building the sewers, I threw in something for myself.
There we go, Tyrion.
It was a passage that began in an out-of-the-way cove by the sea and ended beneath one of the main guard towers.
It's a small crew.
No better place for low pursuits than beneath the ground. Casterly Rock is an impregnable fortress.
Nice. Infiltration.
Give me 10 good men, and I'll impregnate the bitch.
Nice. A victory, finally. Come on then, Unsullied.
The bulk of the Lannister forces. They will be outnumbered.
They some of the fiercest warriors, though.
But my sister's armies fight for her out of fear.
Right.
The Unsullied will be fighting for something greater. They will be fighting for freedom and the person who gave it to them. They will be fighting for you. That is why they will triumph.
Ooh. And we took it. Finally, Cersei can fucking stew on that. This gonna go sick. I'm not. They better not have rigged this with wildfire. Oh. Euron! He got to get off the sea, y'all. They better not kill Grey Worm.
Where are they? Where are the rest of the Lannisters?
Oh, Sam's dad did align with them. They better not be. Where are they going? The Tyrells? Because there's no way they can get the Dragonstone without. Or is this? They fled to King's Landing? Is that what that is? Or is this the Tyrell's house? Is this Lady Olenna? Oh. No. Well, y'all got a good army. Y'all had the second largest army, and we just took out a decent chunk of Cersei's forces. Not all of them, but the Tyrells should be able to hold their own in their own home. It's over? What? I can't fathom this. How did we lose?
Done. It is.
And now the rains weep o'er our hall.
I don't want to talk about the Rains of Castamere.
Did we fight well?
How?
As well as could be expected.
It was never our forte. Golden roses, indeed. Your brother and his new queen thought you would be defending Casterly Rock.
The truth is, Casterly Rock isn't worth much.
I can't. Why every single season, when Dany's at a high, they take her to a low? How did we get here? How did we get here? I'm trying to, my head hurts. I'm trying to fathom this. How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? So you mean to tell me Daenerys lost the Unsullied because Euron's surrounding them, he flanked them as they flanked Casterly Rock. He can probably escape through the sewers, maybe, but he still has to escape by sea. Not looking good. We just lost the Tyrells because apparently they can't hold their own. They're not fighters. Lovers, not fighters. Okay. We lost Yara, Alaria. Daenerys just lost because they separated instead of fighting together. I'm finna cry. Because every time. So she literally has nothing left. No allies. I'm trying to process this. Like, My mind is blown. Like, I can't listen to no dialogue no more. Tyrion's plan he got outplayed. She needs Jon now. The only force left is the North. And he is not trying to hear none of this. I can't go on like this.
What it is to me, that my fond childhood memories won't keep Cersei on the throne.
So you just let them take it?
For now, they won't be able to hold it. Euron Greyjoy's navy burned their ships. We emptied the larders before we left. Eventually, they'll be forced to abandon their position and march all the way across Westeros.
And you took your army, your real army, and went where they weren't.
As Robb Stark did to me at Whispering Wood.
So we took a page out of Stark's book.
Yes, you must be very wise by now.
My father always said I was a slow learner.
If he was so clever, why didn't he take High Garden the moment your gold mines ran dry? I suppose I'll be able to ask him myself soon enough. How will you do it? With that sword? That was Joffrey's sword, wasn't it? Not that he ever used it. What did he call it?
Widow's Wail.
Widow's Wail.
Well, why I remember that sick fact, I don't know. Yes, he was the worst. Well,
I did
second worst.
unspeakable things to protect my family, or watch them being done on my orders. I never lost a night's sleep over them. They were necessary, and whatever I imagined necessary for the safety of House Tyrell, I did. But your sister has done things I was incapable of imagining. That was my prize mistake. A failure of imagination.
How are we failing to Cersei? Like,
she's a monster, you do know that.
Daenerys should have just stormed King's Landing.
To others as well. But after we've won, and there's no one left to oppose us, when people are living peacefully in the world she built, do you really think they'll wring their hands over the way she built it?
Held and rose up. Held and froze over and rose up.
You love her.
I'd be damned if the show ends with Cersei winning.
You poor fool. She'll be the end of you.
Possibly.
I literally can't listen to this.
Not much to be gained from discussing it with you, though, is there?
What better person to discuss it with? If she's driven you this far, it's gone beyond your control.
Yes.
She's a disease.
Mm-hmm. A cancer.
My role in spreading it. You will too.
I think we're done here.
How will it happen?
Cersei had several ideas. Whipping you through the streets and beheading you in front of the Red Keep. Flaying you alive and hanging you from the walls of King's Landing. I talked her out of those.
The way Joffrey died. She's making everybody suffer the way...
No, I made sure of that.
Oh, or is it just poison? Respect to him for doing that, because there's so many sick ways she could have went out. This is not... But she was... All my people that I love just
I hate to die like your son. Clawing at my neck. Foam and bile spilling from my mouth. Eyes blood red. Skin purple. Must have been horrible for you. As a king's guard. As a father. It was horrible enough for me. A shocking scene. Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen...
Not at all what I intended. I just caught that. Oh, he's pissed now.
Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
A big fuck you on the way out, bitch. He gonna cut her head off now. He's like, after I just talked her out of doing this sick shit to you. He's a much better person than he started the series off as. Olenna is nasty. That is a way to go out. Olenna is nasty. That's just a bit more satisfying. My head hurts. I just want to sit in the corner and cry. Because Daenerys should have took King's Landing. Olenna is nasty. My mind is just racing. It's literally everywhere. Olenna is nasty. She said, tell Cersei, I want her to know it was me. I killed Joffrey. Ooh, that's such a good way. That is a good way to go. She drank the poison first, so I'm gonna die. This is a certainty. Ain't no changing your mind now. It was me. Oh, Olenna is nasty. She's a smooth criminal. She went out a smooth criminal. I love her. I love her. I'm glad I hadn't seen her sick like they did to Alaria. So literally Daenerys, she lost everything. Again. So she just has her dragons, her little bit of her arm. Well, I guess the Dothraki still, right? They're still on. They're guarding her. We may have the Second Sons, but she lost her Unsullied, her ships, and her allies. Cersei thinks it's checkmate, but it's not. We have the King in the North is there. We got to reason with him. So Jon is going to have to look at this from a logical perspective. Cersei's coming for you. She already sent you a raven, a very small one. And she said, bend the knee or you're going to suffer as everybody else is. She's making moves. I don't know how she did it. I'm trying to process this because this episode moved really fast, like a little too fast for my liking. Like we skipped over the battle of the Lannisters versus the Tyrells, which the Tyrells supposedly had this huge army and they were at home chilling and they lost. Trying to fathom that, trying to. Euron is just making his way across the sea, just eliminating everything with these crazy big ships. And he is really what's messing us up here. Like, attacking by sea is crazy. Like, there's no way to stop that. Unless Daenerys does what she says, like, get on my dragons and I burn them. But then they're worried about them. Well, they're going to be shooting arrows at you. They're not going to just let you burn them. So that's a problem. You don't want to take out your dragons too, right? Now, attacking King's Landing is impossible because we don't have the numbers anymore. Unless we use the North. But Jon's not going to want to sacrifice his people that he needs for the long night to fight Cersei. Because there's not going to be much left afterwards. That is... I'm not seeing a solution here. Not. Because this is not... Nothing went according to my plan. Jon and Daenerys they were supposed to hit it off, right? But that didn't happen. Jon is too focused on the Night King. And I think the problem is both him and Daenerys have tunnel vision on their goals and objectives. They're nowhere near... They're not looking at what they have in common, what other secondary goals they have. They're just focused on their primary goal, and it's messing them up. They're not going to be able to unite forces until we get to that point. And Jon now, he just got what he wanted. So he really, if you don't want to, join Daenerys, he doesn't have to at this point. She's the one that needs him now, unfortunately, because she tried to be nice. She tried to do things the right way instead of just going in killing everybody. She said, I'm going to do this the right way, take them out slowly, weaken them, and then try to, force them out or whatever, however she was going to do it. That backfired. Now she lost everything because Cersei is not playing fair. She's not having any kindness. She's not holding back. What little she had, she's throwing it all at them at once. And Daenerys is, unfortunately, her compassion is what's killing her right now when she should have just been ruthless. Olenna said it, be a dragon. You should have just burned everything and rebuilt it. Now it's too late. That option is off the table. And what are we left with? The King in the North. My God, Jon Snow. But Cersei is a problem for him too. So, I don't know. It may all depend too on what Bran says. He needs to get back to Bran. He needs to talk to Bran. Brandon's seen everything. So he needs to tell Jon when, where, how. So that way Jon knows what his timetable is and if he has enough time to help deal with Cersei. Because that's what Jon's worried about, time. I need to prepare my people. Sansa's preparing too for if Winterfell, she's prepping them and trying to protect the North. They're doing everything for the North, and they really are, unfortunately, ignoring their enemy to the South, she's just going crazy. The North isn't an imminent threat at the moment, so she's just letting them go. But she has not forgotten what Sansa's done. And she wants Sansa. She's going to want Tyrion. And... this is not good. This is not good. And I hope by Olenna saying that to Jaime, that doesn't just like cut out the compassion he is having, because he really could have delivered her to Cersei. But he's not Euron, right? Jaime's a lot better than he was at the start. Like I said, he he's not as cruel. I think he's felt the cruelty of what people can do, of being tortured. He's like, I'm not putting anybody through that, you know. But he looked like he was regretting it at the end. So I don't know. I just hope it doesn't, like, I don't know. He's losing Cersei. She basically said after the war's over, I'll marry Euron. He's taunting Jaime about it, but she's with Jaime right now openly. So there's that. So that's really going to make him want to fight for her. So he's the Kingslayer, right? He has no problem stabbing, you know, folks in the back. So he may end up killing Euron, which could backfire for Cersei. But I don't know. That's later, if that is to even happen. I don't know what's next. I don't see a way out, and unless Jon literally agrees, and now Cersei has the Iron Bank backing her. When I tell you my head hurts, oh, Cersei, and Ellaria, I'm conflicted on that situation because Ellaria was out of pocket. She was out of pocket for what she did. Myrcella did not need to die. In front of Jaime, though, come on now. Like, I understand her lust for revenge, but now Cersei got her revenge. Cersei's getting the last laugh, and now your daughter's gonna die. And you're gonna sit there in that dungeon forever until, if Daenerys wins, which I'm still gonna go with Daenerys is gonna win somehow, some way. You'll be in that keep, and I'm glad she didn't sick the mountain on you, because what I was really scared of was the fact that she was, you know, gonna do what she did to the was it the High Septon? Was that what that lady was? And God only knows what happened to her and what the mountain been doing. So I was just hoping we weren't gonna end up in a situation like that, but she's just gonna let her rot in a dungeon watching her daughter die, and then when she is dead, she's gonna be looking and smelling the corpse, and then watching the termites eat her. Let me get out of here. I'm in my own head with the sickness. Like Atlanta says, Cersei is a disease. She's gonna bring you down, Jaime. You gotta Kingslayer. You add Queenslayer to your title. Kill her. Take her out, please. That ain't gonna happen, but I need to go because I don't feel good. I'm physically ill by what I just watched. I'm physically ill. Like, there was so much good stuff in this episode and bad, and I think the bad's overshadowing me right now. It's becoming a pattern. It's becoming a pattern. We did so good in season 6. We was getting everybody. And now we're fumbling. Ooh. And the best talkers, Tyrion and Davos, I mean, they were trying to get Daenerys and Jon there, and them two is just stubborn. Wait, that's his auntie? We need Bran. And I thought Arya was going to come in. And Arya could be a game changer because she got some skills, y'all. She literally just took out a whole house by herself. So we're not going to ignore the fact that Arya Stark is a tank. Now, she's not really a tank. I got to find a title for her. She's like a master infiltrator. She is a mass weapon for destruction now. I just knew it was Arya because they got me with Bran. Bran is emotionally detached. Like, ever since the Hodor scene, he completely numbed. In the death of the former Three-Eyed Raven, I don't know if he just been warging nonstop. And they said to watch that because he'll start to lose himself. And I'm afraid that might have been what happened. That he lost himself in warging and being obsessed with knowing everything. And even Sansa was looking like, and then he was creeping her out, and he was talking about, you know, the wedding and all that, and she's like, so you've seen the sickness that happened to me. It was just too much. She's like, I gotta go, Bran. But she sees he's not the same. It's almost like he's broken, but he's not hurting or anything. He's just not who he was. No Arya this episode, y'all. So she got to come home. I want to see what she adds to the table, what she brings. Bran brings knowledge. Sansa is preparing her home. Jon's fighting for the future. Let's see what Arya brings to the table. I'm ready. Littlefinger, I need you to go find something to do. Find something safe to do, you and Euron, because y'all just... Or Littlefinger, you smart. Come up with some way to defeat Cersei. I'm tired. We still got the Vale. It's just the North. Jon, you gotta help Daenerys, please. Please. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, I want to hear what you guys thought. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And now my watch has ended.
And now his watch has ended.
And now his watch has ended.